Hi everybody, welcome back to Feed the Beast on the Nebula server. Last episode, we discovered a bit of an exploit, a bit of a bug, using magical farm crops and the autonomous activator and watering cans and rotorcraft machinery, where we could basically produce an infinite amount of resources. It would be poor sportsmanship, poor gamesmanship, to take advantage of an exploit in a bug that you know probably wasn't working as intended. And not even that, I mean, just 2 episodes ago, really the second episode, we said, or I said, that farming was for chumps. That being said, we are also industrialists, and it is up to us to use the resources at our disposal, and in possibly the most over-the-top way possible. And so without further ado, I give you the Agriplex. 4 floors, 11 crops on each floor. It is a monster. It is a game-breaking machine. And it took forever to build. Let's take a look at it here. What is that? Oh, nature essence. So on this floor, we have most of our metals. Some of them are being harvested. As you can tell, you can't hear the machinery. I have a bunch of soundproofing back there. But there are 44 total fans, 44 engines, each of them individually controllable. We can turn whichever one off or on that we want, simply by flipping a switch. Let's turn them all off. And let's take a look at how this whole thing runs. So each unit is kind of its own thing. There's the switch at the front. There's some cabling under each of them that kind of controls everything, but everything comes from, the switch turns on this red alloy wire. The one at each of them, and then right below that there's an insulated wire of a different color, so 11 different colors. Each floor has its own wiring, so none of them, I didn't have to come up with 44 different colors, which there isn't. And then everything runs through this bundled cable, down along the top there, and then back around. And if we go around the back here, see the bundled cable just runs along there, splits off into its insulated wires again, and then into a red alloy wire. And it turns on igniters. Igniters are from Tinker's Mechworks. They're kind of a little bit expensive. Let's take a look at them here. So it's a netherrack large plate, which is 8 netherrack to make. And then 2 aluminum brass, and then bronze with a redstone and flint and steel. So there's 44 of them, each of them individually controlled from the front. When they turn on, they start a fire on top of them. So that's what heats up the engines, which are filled with water from all of these aqueous accumulators. Then the engine turns the fan on each individual one and blows all the crops down to the front, where they're picked up by a hopper. As you can see, it comes from there, and then down into the pipe. And for now, it's bringing it over here, but eventually it's just going to bring it to a tesseract, and we're going to sort everything out some other way. And then each floor has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 times 3, so 18 autonomous activators, each with a watering can. It is massively exploitative, and it works ridiculously well. If we go around over here, I've accumulated an immense amount of materials. We have a whole bunch of, we got 25 times 64 coal essence, 45 times 64 gold. Yeah, it's kind of out of control. Oh, and this is probably the coolest thing in here. This block right here is an elevator from open blocks. If you jump on it, it takes you up to the next level. If you shift on it, like sneak, it takes you back down. Uses up a little bit of XP. But we have tons of XP, so it's not really a big deal. And that's how we're getting up and down through the 4 floors. And then here, these are elemental magical crops essences. But they can't be harvested this way. I can't figure out any way to harvest them. Maybe golems can do it. So maybe we will have to look into magic after all. But that's something to take a look at later. I'm just leaving them here for now, just in case it ever gets fixed. The one I'm still missing is Ghast. I'm not gonna lie, the nether in this pack terrifies me. Until I have some decent equipment, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time there. And then we have Skeleton, Ender, Blaze, Creeper, Spider, Slime, Magma Slime, and then Cows. Which, maybe I'll turn that one on. I could use some more cow essence. Then obviously we have sound blocks at the back. There's some next to every engine. I had each of these aqueous accumulators is go into 4 engines. I think that's going to be enough water. I mean, we usually only have 1 engine on it at a time anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. Oh yeah, that one was Spider. I was thinking, where's Spider? Did we see that one? Did I forget it? And then over here we see more of the elemental ones, water and earth, but those are also unharvestable. Dyes, glowstone, lapis, Certus quartz, which will be good for when we get into applied energistics. Sapphire, ruby, peridot, which I don't really know what they're useful for. Diamond, emerald. And then this floor is various foods. These are all magical crops foods, which you can use to make magical food. I think it's called magical food? Yeah, there it is. There's a lot of different ways to make it. You can use any of these foods in here, and then one of these nature essences, which we have, you know, an entire barrel's worth of. And those are probably better than beef, even, so I might just start eating those. I don't really need all of them. I just set them all up because I had space. So we have some canola, which is from Rotary Craft, and I think you use it to make lubricant for some of the machines. So that might be useful to have if we get into that. Cotton, which I probably don't have any use for. All you can really do with it is make string and wool. And we have the spiders for that, which are better. And then wheat. Just because. You never know if you need wheat. But this is the Agriplex. Not entirely hooked up, like I said. I'm probably just going to put tesseracts. I'm not going to run a pipe down there and set up a bunch of barrels. The only one we really don't want to process immediately would probably be the mob drops. Or the mob essences. Most of them are, most of them have multiple uses, like the skeleton one. Let's take a look at that one. The skeleton essence, you know, you can use 4 of them to make a skull, or you can use 3 of them to make a bone, or 3 of them that way for arrows, or 6 of them that way for a bow. We can make bottles of enchanting, which is intriguing. If we hooked up the mob drops to make bottles of enchanting, and then put those into an autonomous activator, would that drop out the experience? Could we then collect that, say with an MFR sewer, to power a mob spawner for, say, wither skulls? Something to think of. Something to look into. There's not a lot of mobs that we can't currently grow the essences of. So if we could do that, it might be something to look into. In fact, you know what? Let's do that now. I'm going to make another autonomous activator. And let's see what happens when we put a bottle of enchanting in there. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have the autonomous activator. There we go, let's just eat. Let's see. What do we have a lot of? These ones. Let's see what happens when we make some bottles of enchanting here. Oop. There we go. So if we just go like that, it gets us 21 bottles of enchanting. Wow. So if we put it in here... Oh. Okay. So we could... probably set that up to just feed this thing bottles of enchanting, put it over a sewer, and then have that pick it all up. How do we make an MFR sewer? Plastic sheets, machine frame, servo, and bricks. Do we have rubber? Oh god knows if I can find anything here. Yeah, there's some. I think we only need 4, right? We just smelt that into that, and then we re-smelt that. Okay. Let's try that. Here we go. I've been having that produce cobblestone up here in the igneous extruder, and then produce a whole bunch of smelted stuff down here. Just because I've been using it, like for that. And then most of this is stone. There we go. Oh, nope. Nope. There we go. Let's make a sewer here. I should have a whole bunch of those other materials already made. Oh, was that bricks? Yeah, there's some bricks. Stamp off these tesseracts. Which Nord kindly gave me 2 of them. Because I couldn't get a whole lot of... You need a whole bunch of stuff for these now. For the tesseract frame, you need Enderium ingots. I'm going to pronounce it that way. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. And for that... you need blazing or pyrotheum dust and Enderium blend. The dust is not hard to get. It's sulfur, coal, redstone, and blaze powder, which I have a fair bit of. Where is it here? But this stuff, the Enderium blend, you need pulverized tin, easy enough. Resonant ender bucket, which is just, melted ender pearls. But then you need platinum dust or shiny metal. And that stuff is a bit of a pain to get. That you can only get from ferrous ingots, or there's an ingot, or there's an ore in the nether. So it's kind of a pain to acquire. Here we go, we want raw plastic. I think we just go like this, right? Yeah, 4 plastic sheets, okay. So I should have everything except maybe the servo, but we can quickly make a servo. There we go. Machine frame. Let's make a servo. Oh, I was just testing that recipe out. Nord was having a bit of problems there because it's listed differently in NEI than it should be. Let's use the regular glass, not my clear glass. Iron, redstone gets us a servo. I know how to make these easily because I had to make 44 of them. Actually, more than that. 44 plus however many I needed for the autonomous activators. So 18 times 4. 62? A lot. 72, maybe? Anyway. Okay, so we got those 2 things. We just need a bucket. Really? We don't have a bucket on us? There's one. Okay, so bucket, bricks, plastic sheeting, machine frame, and a servo, 4 sewers. Now, I'm going to guess they don't require power. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they just fill up. Alright. Let's put some cobblestone. Oh, or let's put down a sewer. Let's put down cobblestone behind it. Okay. Now let's put a bottle of enchanting in here. Did we pick that up? Maybe we picked that up. Maybe it's not producing enough to be noticed yet. Let's put them all in there. No, 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 no. I thought the sewers would pick that up. Maybe they don't. Oh, it does! Mob Essence. It's full of it. Okay, so there we go. We can, in fact, do that. So maybe that is the plan. Interesting. Anyway, I think we're going to end the episode here. Next time, maybe we're going to play around with this a bit. Possibly. Or at least maybe get up a system going. Well, generally, we're just going to try to get this stuff sorted out so that we're kind of dealing with all the outputs of it. And this is definitely going to be one of the options. Maybe for one of the ones that we don't really care about. What mob essence do we not care about? Skeleton is useful. So is Ender Pearl, Blaze, Creeper. I guess I don't really need the Magma Cream output? What do we use that for? What do we use Magma Essence for? Maybe it's just Magma. There we go. Magma Cube Essence. So just Magma Cream, or bottles of enchanting it. We can make Magma Cream from slimes and Blaze. So yeah, we'll turn the Magma Cubes into an XP production system. Okay. So anyway, my name is Nightcat. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Take care.